Pokemon Red and Blue are some of my favorite childhood games. I spent countless hours exploring the Kanto region back when I was a child, and that was one of the reasons that I love these games so much. The other reason I love them so much is that they're a completely buggy, glitchy mess, and it's amazing. Thankfully, a lot of these bugs aren't so much game-breaking as they are just really entertaining to play around with. So let's take a look at some of the glitches that you may not have known from Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, the original Generation 1, and see what we had going on in there back in the day. So back in the 1990s, programmers had a lot less space to work with, which means they had to reuse stuff and be smart with things and really conserve as much space as possible. And let me tell you, Game Freak was amazing at that, but it did leave behind some unintended consequences. Like, for example, in the hotel in Saladon City, it is based off of the layout of Pokemon centers, which means that a lot of the things in Pokemon centers are still in the hotel in Saladon City. For example, the PC, while not being there, is actually still there. You can still go and access the PC, but it's not physically available. It's just a ghost PC that you can still clickety-clack your keyboards on. All right, I need to get some new Pokemon on the PC. Let me just, hey, yeah, man, log on to...
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, hey, Bob.
What are you doing there?
I'm just getting something on the PC right now, just,
What PC? There's nothing there.
What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not doing anything? You can't hear the keyboard clacking? I mean, come on now. Now, in order to reach Giovanni in the Saladon hideout, you need to defeat a certain grunt who will then drop a lift key for you to pick up and then use in the lift. There's only one grunt that has it, and this is a really small glitch, but I found it kind of funny anyway. If you beat him and you're standing in the position that the lift key drops into, it doesn't drop into a different position. It just like drops like on top of you. And there's a couple of other instances of this in the game as well, but I find it funny. It seems like more of a petty result of the grunt losing the battle and being kind of mad about it, where he's just like, all right, here, just have it. And he's like throws it at you. All right, I won. I'm gonna need those keys now. Oh my God, ow, why did you, jeez, whoa, chill, God, wow. So the old technology that was used to make the games wasn't exactly super well refined, and weird things could pop up really anywhere. For example, in Cinnabar, if you don't have the secret key to access the gym, but you surf on the east coast of the Cinnabar Island and come back onto land, there'll just be a guy chilling on the roof of the gym, you know, as you do. I mean, maybe he's like sunbathing or something, but he just like appears. He's like, hey, I'm up here now. What's going on, dudes? Hey, Jim, how'd you get up there? You okay? You need help? Want me to call the fire police? Get you down from there, buddy? Okay. In Red and Green, the Japanese games, if you evolve your starter before you get the Pokedex, so in the Route 1 area where you traverse to go to Viridian City to collect the parcel for Oak and you come back to him, if you evolve your starter, he already assumes that you have the Pokedex for some reason, which means that he tries to rate it instead of actually giving you the Pokedex, which also means that you get locked and can't progress in the game. All right, Professor, I got your parcel. Here you go. Is this something that you wanted to give me? The Pokedex, actually, I do need that.
Hello, Daniel. How's your Pokedex coming?
How's my Pokedex coming along? I don't have one. You sent me to get this parcel, and I spent a little bit of time training, so.
Only 2? You'll have to do better than that.
How did you even know that? Do you want this or what? Am I...
Look in tall grass to find wild Pokemon.
Screw this, I'm going home. I'll just work in a deli instead. Having Pikachu follow behind you in Pokemon Yellow was always something I thought was really cool, but it also opens the way for some tiny little bugs. Like, for example, if you jump over a ledge and are separated by the ledge between you and your Pikachu, you wait until Pikachu starts dancing and then make him jump over the ledge, for some reason, that just like turns off Pikachu's animation for about 10 seconds. And he just becomes this like floating, corporeal, ghostly-like entity, which is just really freaky. Now here's a really minor, tiny little glitch that I wanted to touch on. If you draw with a Pokemon in Generation 1, it plays the victory music. So for some reason, the game understands a draw as a victory and saying like, hey, you didn't lose, technically. Yay! Stop playing that, I didn't win! Now, this is a slightly more well-known glitch, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. And if you're gonna play through the Generation 1 games, you kind of need to know this, is that the dire hits and focus energy, which is supposed to quadruple your critical hit ratio, actually cuts it to 25%, making focus energy and dire hits completely useless. And you should never ever use it ever. Now this next one is actually something that I found out when I was a kid. Like, it wasn't something I found online, it was actually something that I experienced when I was a child. Is if you cut down a tree, stand in the space that the tree is in, save, and then reset your game, the tree grows back around you. Now, it's not a big deal, you can just kind of move off of it and progress anyway, but I found this when I was a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing, so I would just do it over and over and over again, to be like, hey, look at this. So you essentially become Harold from Fallout 3. You become like a half tree, half Pokemon trainer individual for just a split second, which, you know, I mean, is kind of nice. The move transform is completely busted in Generation 1 and 2. Now, I need to talk about this. I know this is Generation 1 glitch video. This happened to me in Generation 2 though. It affected me personally. So basically the way the transform works is when you use the move transform and you transform into a different Pokemon, the game assumes that you're a Ditto because there's no legitimate way to use transform on any other Pokemon. Mew gets it, but Mew is not legitimately obtainable in Generation 1 and 2. So the programmer's thinking like, oh, this won't be an issue. We'll just assume that everyone who's transformed is a Ditto, which means that if you catch a transformed Pokemon, it turns into a Ditto. Now, this happened to me when I was doing my randomized run of Pokemon Crystal, which I know is not a Generation 1 game, but the glitch works in here nonetheless. I found a Mew in the grass. It transformed into my Pokemon. I was super excited. I caught it, and lo and behold, when it goes to the nickname screen, it's actually a Ditto. Easy live. All right, Route 10. What you got for me, bud?
Myself every day.
Oh my god.
I think there's still is a
Blaze now because copyright.
Ah, it's actually smart. It's a purple Jolteon!
Oh my god, that looks fantastic.
I love this. This should be a shiny, not the puke green.
Right. And I am now.
Wait.
Ditto?
Wait, what?
Wait.
Don't f with me.
No way.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What?
No way.
There's no way this game is that bugged.
No way.
I've never been more upset from having caught a Mew. Now, you can't have a Generation 1 glitch video without talking about Missing No, but I feel like everyone already knows the basic story of Missing No up to this point, so instead of telling that story, I can kind of tell my own story about Missing No, because, again, that was a glitch that I kind of found out by myself when I was a kid. Or it was just a Pokemon that I found by myself when I was a kid. And I'm assuming that a lot of other people are the same. And I remember it specifically when I was walking around, I think it was like a clothes and beauty shop with my mom back when I was real small. I found a Missing No and my mind was blown. I was like, what is this? I have no idea what's going on, dude. I need to catch this. And I caught it. And I remember specifically that the Missing No I had like Sky Attack and Water Gun, which I think is a common moves for Missing No to have. And it was like level ridiculousness. And I just had it and I just like stared at it for the longest time. So I thought what would be cool is if you guys have any Missing No stories that you could share those in the comment section. If you found it by yourself, if you didn't have any kind of internet access like back in the day. A lot of people didn't when they were playing Pokemon Red and Blue for the first time. If Missing No was a Pokemon that you encountered originally you just found it back in the day, I would love to hear a story about that if you could. But I would also like to hear if you would like to see more of these kinds of videos as well. It was really fun to make. I love doing skit videos, and if you would like an expansion on this, support it, you know? You want to see more of it? You gotta support it. But that's gonna be the end of today's video. Remember, I do stream on Twitch every single day, and I do need more Instagram followers because I want that swipe up feature on Instagram. Really want that, but I don't have enough followers for that yet. So if you could follow me on Instagram, that'd be pretty cool. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.